Hello, loves. Wow, what a friggin' rainbow. How cool was that? I'm gonna have to include that in the little video here. But I just pulled off for not even 30 seconds and took that video. And then I took some photos after, and the rainbow already dissolved. So I felt like, wow, that rainbow is just for us. And I just wanted to share that, how cool. So anyway, I just wanted to pull over real quick and shoot this little video. I've kind of been a recluse today and pulled inward, and I needed to just sit. I felt a lot of my own rising divine masculine energies today as this feminine, photonic, high energy electricity, electromagnetic energy light has been hitting the planet. Blah, blah, blah. That was all jumbled. As this electromagnetic light is coming in, I'm feeling more and more where I'm in my masculine shadow and unconscious versus where I'm really co-creating in my heart and allowing my own inner magician to step in and wield power, my own inner power, regardless of outside circumstance. And so what a beautiful, beautiful day it's been. And happy solstice. Our earth is now changing her trajectory in relationship to the sun as we head into the summer season and this new cycle of creation that we're in. So I hope that you've all enjoyed a beautiful day. I know that this is such a highly magnetic, manifesting, mirroring type energy. We truly are creating, right, what we choose, what we're stepping into. And so I'm really being reminded, are we looping the old or are we stepping up into the new? So the sun has left Gemini, the sun is now in Cancer, and so I've been feeling a lot of this energy, this impetus of being at home wherever I am, no matter where I am, no matter what's happening. And I've been feeling this energy for a while of how the eclipses this summer are going to be pushing us, or rather pulling us, carrying us into 2020, which I feel this energy is all about us fully embodying in our purpose, our soul mission, our lover, our relationship, whatever our paradigm, whatever our sets are, just embodying our soul more onto this new earth creation. And so I felt today that I really needed to just be still, go within. I needed to integrate some of these downloads. I really needed to see these areas of myself that I'm not fully letting in, that I'm not fully surrendering into, that I'm not honoring the Sir in her, where I'm not fully honoring processes of the dark, processes of the light, where I need to set in more ritualistic practices for my own inner divine work, where I need to invite more guidance from higher consciousness, where I need to really do my own deeper light work. So I feel like so many are going to be accessing, especially with Neptune now retrograding in Pisces, we've got so much deeper connective energy to collective consciousness energy. So this ways that we are all connected as one, our 5D, our heart energy. So I feel like we're going to be receiving a lot of light over the eclipses this summer, more than we have in previous years. And I feel like there's going to be more in the collective that are at that consciousness tipping point of being able to let go some of their rigid structures mentally, enough to open up greater access in the body for light and for psychic knowing. And so I feel like this energy is really going to be bringing our collective new ways of seeing through the deception, seeing through, ways that we still want to run away, stick our head in the sand, that we are not taking accountability for our own inner warrior, our own inner guide, right? Where we're not being our own lover, our own deepest healer, where we're not drinking our own medicine, where we're not holding our torch up for everyone, really helping those that are ready step into major transformation and soul evolution. Sorry about that. The lights went off. I love these disruptions from spirit. It's just interesting how, when we allow ourselves to expand and go with the flow and not have any ideals or guarantees, and reset and keep recalibrating just as we are, and let each layer unfold, how much more powerful we are as creators and beings. To be able to hold a thought without making any meaning out of it, for example, is the highest form of intelligence. Our ability to, and that's healthy divine masculine energy, our ability to be in that soft and hard, the high and low, the opposites, and to really step into holding space for the both. And for the feminine on her side, to really create in both the high and low, and to step in her inner divinity and meet the masculine, her own inner masculine in humanity. And I see this a lot in our own ability to accept ourselves, in our old stuff, our own karmic stuff, our own thought processes, our own way, things that we're missing that we shouldn't be missing because it's not good for us or whatever, steps in how our own embodiment of our own divine feminine energies receives and births something new, even in that space of fear, even in that space of not receptivity, even in that space of not being love or embodied love, even in that space of not knowing your own wholeness, to step into, just simply through a state of being, into the solution, into the whole, into creation. So I feel like the July eclipses are going to be very somatic. We are going to see what we are embodied, if we're in our body, or when we're not in our body, when we're separate in duality, when we're stuck in fear, when we're coming from the problem. And so I feel like lately my own inner divine feminine energies, the more she births and allows and steps into more and more of her source energy, the more I'm seeing my own inner divine masculine make space for her and stay neutral for her, even in the chaos, and manifest with her. And I see these dynamics inside me and then outside me, inside human bodies, that are more taking on to the feminine energy or the masculine energy. So inside and outside us, this applies. And I feel like this solar energy this summer, it's like our body isn't the tool, it's the vessel, it's the gateway. And so allow yourself to go through any physical changes that you're feeling right now. Really take care of your body. Know that as energy is coming in, old stuff needs to come out. So if you're having a lot of chronic stuff lately, it's time to allow yourself to release and find new ways of releasing, even if that's physical for now before you get into the energetic stuff. Because we're all stepping into this new cycle right now, and I feel like my own inner divine masculine, my own inner warrior, guide, inner child, creator, magician, healer, deepest authenticity, even my deepest child innocence, right? All my really good, healthy masculine energies are learning how to rise to meet itself inside me. So I feel like this is such a beautiful understanding of the Sir in her, for me anyway, as a woman, and really surrendering, and really understanding that surrendering is not a weakness. It's an internal, it's a eternal internal power. Right? It's an infinite power and honor, and it's allowing, as I step more into this divine masculine energy, it's allowing my divine feminine energy to step more into honoring the energetic, honoring the physical as equals, honoring the human, honoring the divine as equals, fully honoring and respecting the mess even when I'm in it and still choosing to create. Fully honoring herself and her own boundaries and what love is, and honoring her own inner masculine divine aspects. And so a lot of this has to do with where we are clear and whole with ourselves, and where we are deluded and in our wounds. And I feel like along with kicking off with all this solstice energy, the solar Cancer new moon that we've got coming up in a week, as well as the Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto retrogrades this summer, teaching us a lot about our inner spiritual maturity and inner expansion. And it's all really just giving us an opportunity to look at the reality that we are creating for ourselves, and presenting us with a bigger picture of our creation capacity, of our maturity, of our our mastery within, and how we can manifest. So yeah, I feel like this is all in all such a powerful time. This summer I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of somatic body work, and really get to see really how powerful your being really is. And how your mind is included in the process, how your mind is the thoughts and the structure of where your energy moves, of, your thoughts are shaping really, every time we define reality, it's shaping how energy flows, from person to person. So being that we're in this magical 3 creative year, right? Numerologically, we're in a 3 year. I feel like it's all about application of energy, an application of wisdom and knowledge. So it's like, who do you want to be, love? What kind of world do you really want to live in? This isn't about fixing or chasing. There is a warning here, Neptune energy, which I feel, we're going to be feeling pretty strong throughout these eclipses, can have us deluded, can have us chasing things that we're not supposed to be chasing. And at the same time, I feel like those things that we've been doing that are like that are no longer going to start to feel very good. We're going to start seeing the detanglement and deconstruction of our fantasy world and our fantasy selves, where we've idealized or romanticized the wrong things, where we're putting our time and energy into the wrong things, and where we really need to change our thoughts to reflect our hearts and our soul and how we're creating from the inside out. And not from a place of fear and duality, but from a place of the whole. And so, it can be hard to view pain as a tragedy or as a miracle in the moment, because it's a tragedy, but the truth is that you can choose to create anyway, even in the split. You can choose to create from the whole. It just comes down to honoring your authenticity. For example, don't push yourself when you're tired. When you rest, you need to rest. When you're upset, honor those feelings. It really is the divine feminine energy stepping more into honoring her divine masculine energy that says, no, I'm going to be just as I am wherever I am, and I'm still going to choose to create, which I feel is so powerful, because we're all in a cycle. We're all closing out. We're all in a time, an era of closing out so many old cycles right now, and I know for many, it's really exhausting. And so for June, I feel like for many it was a lot of patterns leaving, so that way we can step into this greater magic of this summer, because I feel like we're going to be in a completely different space after the eclipses. And so just keep in mind that as we're going into the eclipses, to stay open as much as you can, and to be grounding what you can apply right now creatively in the most little ways. Sometimes starting in the smaller everyday stuff, instead of being focused, on the more painful, bigger monsters of our life, just when we're focused on where we're happy, where we can step more into our light, where we can integrate and apply what our heart knows right now, it opens up a whole new world to where we're no longer dealing with this big ugly monster. The big ugly monster dissolves itself the more we just step into our creator, and we step into our power, and we step into the solution, and we step into the non-dual. We step into what moves us, the people that moves us, the world, that sees love, or that sees energy, or that sees creation like you do, to be surrounded with the folks who are, not stuck in the same blame and waiting energy, but yet who are moving forward in the creative energy. So be true to yourself, and the right resources, those right people will show up more and more, because the universe is always meeting you wherever you're at. So everything just as it is, the way it's unfolding, is really as it ought to be, and it's to help you reclaim your power and to help you step into your manifestation. Like I said, we're in a 3-year, and so it's interesting that the solstice is actually falling on numerologically a 3-day. And so I feel that we really need to see the lesson and the vibration that this is holding, which is, how are we applying the energetic into the physical, and how are we balancing this within? How are you being your own best healer, inner guide, inner child, lover within? How are you allowing it to all unfold as you're surrendering layer by layer? Not judging too soon, and not staying stuck to one or the other, but allowing yourself to really step into the unknown. So there's a call here to be aware of people that are too focused on the outcome, too focused on him arriving or the job or the outcome, because sometimes, you know, this preoccupied mental strategy of, you know, chasing, you know, you'll never understand where you are. And so you'll never be able to create from where you are. You'll always think that once I have that thing, once I have that, you know, achievement, once I've met that level, that I'm going to be free. I'm going to have this experience. I'm going to be done, right? And it's all illusion. So it really is, you know, your ability to live that now, express your truth now, you know, say what you think now, really understand that, you know, how you express yourself, what you think about yourself, and how you are aligned with your own soul is going to be more and more the message of what shows up for you this summer. I feel like, you know, sometimes, especially if you're feeling like you're in a state of exhaustion, that sometimes, you know, again, we really must be stripped all the way down to our hearts. And for our hearts to be beating out really clear, for our own eyes to see, right? To really remove all the delusions, and for us to really see whether we're choosing to create every day a reality that is filled with stress, worry, and anxiety, whether we're choosing to try to solve our problems from a state of fear and keep looping and looping and looping, or whether we're going to choose to, hey, maybe wake up and go for a walk this morning. Go meditate, take care, make a really nourishing meal, raise our vibration a little bit, and then come from the place of solution think, then come from the whole, then come from love, and from that love state, create step by step in the now what you want. And those smaller steps lead to a much bigger trajectory very quickly. And so every day we get to choose whether I'm creating a day filled with stress and worry and anxiety, or whether I'm creating a day that's filled with receptivity, with possibilities, with the unknown, and with the ability to receive even the things that I don't want to receive, and still keep my hand and my head and my heart open for what I don't know. Because I feel like it's time, it's more than time. The solstice have been feeling more than ever in my divine masculine energy that we must build this bridge between our humanity and our divinity, and really be reminded of our own inner child heart. Really be reminded that life is an adventure, and that our hearts are meant to love truly from an innocent place, because that is pure light energy, and that our world is much bigger than our own backyard. You know, all the fears, all the traumas, all the patterns, all the limitations that we've experienced really isn't the bigger world. You know, that there's so much more outside what we know is possibly true. And if you feel more tired than ever, know that it's not because, you know, the world's eaten at you and you've shriveled up and your time is over, or because you've done too much and you can do no more. It's really because you need to spend more time lighting your fire, love. You need to spend more time in the juice and the raw action, and what truly lights you up and keeps you fed on a soul level. You know, it's because you've done too little to light the fire inside of you. And so this is a reminder, this solstice, to step more into living on the edge and to have more fun, to truly have more fun, and to sail into uncharted territory, to truly be your own biggest cheerleader. When you know shit's tough and you're just like, I know that I can move through this, to really allow yourself to listen, to not allow yourself to go back to sleep. Because that's what this summer represents. Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to not use your body as a tool, but as a doorway? Are you really willing to integrate your own inner divinity with the humanity with the divinity? Abso-freaking-lutely, babe. I know you got this. If you've been attracted to these messages, then I can imagine today has been a probably very powerful day of you pulling inward and you stepping into this path that is in front of you between now and 2020. And so I just want to congratulate you and acknowledge you and honor you for stepping into this creator, this inner light, this love that knows itself and chooses to use it all for higher good. So just wanted to send you this message. It's already a 20-minute video, so sending you guys love. Crystal Ariana here, and just to let you know how much you truly are loved. So remember this and embody it, and I will connect with you here soon. Bye, loves.